Hmm. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of the Tao of Women. I am Maria Chaudhry, and this, my love, is going to be something special. I am moved each week by these passages. Each week, these are emerging passages, meaning I don't come in here with a script. I don't know what I'm going to say. I tap into the wisdom of the Tao, the wisdom of the text, the wisdom of Qigong and our circle, and then I communicate from that space. This is not a performance. This is real life presence and an emerging wisdom. So let's see what's in this experience. I have to say, when I started this journey, I had the full body yes. Make a series. Make a series where you read these passages and immerse them with Qigong. And when I flipped through the 81 passages, there were a few that I was like, oh, clearly I'm going to do this Qigong movement with this passage. It's just so obvious. And the vast majority of them, I thought, I wonder what I'm going to do. And now this is one. The name is clear, but then when I started to read it, I had all these ideas. And just moments ago in the shower, it came through the idea that I want to share with you. So let's see how it lands. And to me, I feel very honored and excited to share this one with you. Passage 75, cutting the cord. When the price is too great, people go without. When the country is too repressive, women lose their freedom. When people work together, they can create possibility. Let's read this one more time so we can work together and create possibility. Cutting the cord. When the price is too great, people go without. When the country is too repressive, women lose their freedom. Really, all people, all beings lose their freedom. When people work together, they can create possibilities. So, my love, as always, come into your practice space. Find your feet. I'm going to stand closer because you're not going to need to see my feet. I want you to feel, feel me, see me, touch me, even through the etheric field. Bringing your hands and feet together, standing as a noble being. Feet rooted in the earth, crown lifted to the heavens. Connecting with the part of you that is form, present. Connect with your body, with your breath. And as your breath pours into your body, connecting with the spacious, formless, sky-like spirit quality of you, the Shen. And as you breathe, you merge and mix and integrate this Shen, sky-like spirit quality with your physical form, earth-like yin quality. Knowing both are true, both are eternal. Both are ever changing, yin and yang, dancing together within you. And when you're ready, with a humble bow, empty your cup, letting go your thinking mind, your planning mind, your mind that wants to hurry up, letting it all go, giving it away, releasing. And once you have allowed something to be released, to be set down, to be liberated, feel your feet on the floor, soften your knees, and as you inhale, rise. And as you do, rise, draw this energy up through the soles of your feet, up through your legs, up through your pelvis, up through your spine and torso as you unfurl, rolling your shoulders back. Stepping across the threshold into our sanctuary, into our practice together, because we are about to work together to cut the cords. In so doing, you're going to simply raise your hands up as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you're just going to let your hands fall. Right? We're going to build it. You're going to raise your hands up as you inhale. And as you let your hands fall, you're going to turn your waist. One hand sweeps in front of you, one behind you. So you raise your hands up as you inhale. And you let your hands fall and twist your waist to the other direction. Raise your hands up. Now let your hands be like metal, like sharp, like you're using the metal element, discernment, clarity. And as you exhale, you're using that metal element to cut and clear the cords in front of you and behind you. Now we're going to just start to work with it. You got the idea? We're working with the metal element in our breath and our discernment to cleanse and clear and warm our body and to cut the cords. This is called clearing. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And we're going to do this for a little while. And for a moment, I'm just going to be quiet to let you be in your own practice as you're cleansing and clearing. And then I'll guide you. This is one of my favorite forms because I use it a lot. I work with it a lot in the beginning of our Qigong classes. You are see, imagine, feel. In this practice, we are going to use our imaginal capacity to work together to cut these cords. And we're going to be meta. You're going to work for yourself. You're going to cut your own cords. And I'm going to cut my own cords in my own personal practice. And we're going to amplify together our collective community cords for women and also for humanity and for really all living beings on Gaia, no matter where you are. So let's see how this is going to go. Again, I'm in this practice with you. So as I am rising and sinking my body, I am pumping this energy through my body. I'm creating and generating heat, warmth, power, love, choice. And as I am letting my hands go in front of me and behind me and beside me, just like a machete when you bushwhack your way through the jungle or through the Arkansas forest, you have to clear your pathway in front of you and behind you. And we're cutting the cords, right? So you're cutting the cords right now of your own personal experience, just of the clutter that's caught up in your mind. As of this recording, it's a new moon, and it's a time for intentions and seed planting. But this isn't a new moon for that so much of your next 5 steps. It's more a moon, because it's in Cancer, all about coming home to yourself, how to love yourself, how to take care of yourself, how to feel safe, how to feel loved and nourished in your own body. So as you're cutting these cords for yourself, you're clearing the distraction and the noise and the comparison so that you can come in tune and in contact with your own essence and your own needs and your own safety and your own great love for the season that you're in right now. So just take a moment, go as fast or slow as you want to cleanse and clear any weeds in your garden so that you can plant these seeds within you of self-love, discernment, safety. And as your hands go in front of you and behind you, you're clearing the pathway of all the stuff that has brought you to this point. All the baggage and the programming and the patterns and the expectations that are ancestral, that are family, that are cords from your government, from your religion. Just clearing all of that in front of you and behind you so that you've got plenty of space to do the deeper work. To do the deeper work that you're here to do. We are a sanctuary of women that are awakening, becoming watchtower women, becoming real life, everyday holy women, right? So there is a lot of baggage of cords that we're cutting, right? The witch wound, the mother wound, the sisterhood wound, the crazy wound, the I'm too much wound, I'm not enough wound, I'm unlovable, all those things. We're starting to cut those cords. The more we do it, we're going even deeper, even deeper. We may be moving our physical body, but we're starting to tap into the ancestral and the astral and these layers of our being. And we're just letting the energy now move us. We've been doing this enough that the energy might start to take over. And you're allowing your higher guidance, your higher power, your higher wisdom, and your deepest love to help cleanse and clear and cut the cords for you personally so you can tap into your own greatest love. And now we're going to start to shift and work together as a community for each other to cut the cords again with each other, the cords of comparison, the cords of competition, the cords of envy, the cords of lack between one another as women. And now I'm going to start to slow this down so I can lead you through. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so I can drop in a little bit more myself. And I feel really compelled to lead you on a journey of your own personal cords, but also for you as a culture, as a citizen, as a daughter of Gaia. And so we're going to cut these cords. But one thing I've learned about cord cutting, you can cut a cord, an astral cord, a connection cord between you and a conflict. But the energy can still remain, because if you just simply cut the cord, that insertion of that energetic connection is still in your body. And the insertion of all your anger and all your frustration and all your rage for that other person or for that experience is still in them. the connection between you has been severed, but there's still some part of them that's plugged into you, and there's still a part of you that's plugged into them. So let's start to slow this down. Start to slow this down. And as you do, knowing we just have a few moments together, so this isn't going to be long, but tap into the part of you that's ready to do this work, that's ready to cut a cord, that understands about that passage. When the price is too high, you go without. And when the government is too oppressive, we lose our rights. But when we work together, we create possibility. So the part of you that's ready to work together to create a new possibility by doing our own great work, by cutting our own cords. So as you start to slow this down, start to let your body move instinctively and intuitively, and open your eyes a little so you can see your space, your physical space, so you're present in the moment. You're being grounded in the here now reality. But also now start to open your inner eyes. And let yourself move naturally. You might want to open your stance. You might want to just let your body be instinctive. It does not need to be in a Qigong form, because you are starting to come in contact with, as you open your inner eyes and your inner spirit and the part of you that's willing to do the work, you're coming in contact into what work wants to be done. And so as you're feeling your field, and now you start to feel into your body. And feel into your body, because your body holds the wisdom. Your body holds and keeps score. And tune into your body and your breath, and ask your higher self and ask your body, where are there any remnants or cords or attachments to my body and the system? Like, I can feel my body. I got cords and attachments to my frustration with Amazon, and my frustration with our local government and our, and our nation. And so so I have all that there. Okay, that's in my mind and I can feel that. But where do I feel that in my body? And I can immediately feel the back of my neck start to tense, between my shoulder blades and my low back, and my glutes start to tense. Where do you feel when you ask yourself, where am I holding this connection to the system, and where do I feel it in my body, and where is it bothering me? And so since I just named 3 places in my own body, I'm just gonna, for the time's sake, I'm just gonna pick one, and it feels like it's down in my back, and this glute area is like, ooh, starts to clamp down, right? So go ahead and place your hand there. Go place a hand and let your attention go to that spot and start to listen, and knowing you might need to use your imaginal, your shaman, your healer, your spirit woman, medicine woman sense of knowing, to listen in and feel and see what or if or how that is being attached. What is being embedded or attached? What's in your body? And right now I'm seeing this like clamp, or this grip, or this like this clamp being gripped on, metal clamp grip, right? So whatever you start to see or experience, it might be really sweet, but it's probably going to be a little disturbing. Oftentimes when I lead people through it, it's like sharp and, barbed wire or needles or glass or something that's like a not like scene. That's normal. So whatever you're experiencing, mine is that clamp, that grip, like I'm being like a trap, like a bear trap or something around my spine. I'm being trapped. right? So I can feel that. And so just take a moment to feel that. Mine is metal. It's kind of digging into, oh, I can see it. I can feel it digging into like my kidneys, like my kidney essence. It's almost as if there's like a leaking of my fluids, leaking of my fluid because of the way it's trapped in. I'm having an energy leak because of it, and I'm feeling bound by it, right? So let's just keep exploring that and now is and find and see how it's embedded in you and now see how it might have a cord or a connection that leaves your body and it starts to leave your body and it starts to connect into something else outside of your body. And I immediately see this factory. I see a factory and I see kind of like do 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 do, no trees, smoke, smog, like a just the at a place where once was a pristine land. Once was a pristine land and pristine water and forest, and now it's like a fucking metal burning, factory. Oh, and what I see coming out of this factory is a sweet, cute box and a package that I might would like to buy, or a product I might would like to buy, right? And so that's what I'm experiencing. So I'm going to be quiet for you to experience. We have a cord and it's connected to what? And I'm closing my eyes, but I'm going to kind of open my eyes. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay with you, but I'm also going to like look at it like it's behind me. So I want to see it. I want to see it, and I can see it like smoggy, and um, I can see like the echoes of the forest, like the spirit of the forest that is no longer physically there, and now I see this um, warehouse. Okay, so the reason I stepped away so I can see you, because we're in this together, we're collectively working together, but I also need to see what I'm facing. Right? So I have my physical eyes open, so I'm grounded in the present moment. I have my spirit eyes open, I can see it and so there's a part of me that's attached to the system. And I want to cut this cord, but I also know I'm going to still be attached to the system. I live in the modern day world. So what I'm going to do and what I invite you to do is to see that there, acknowledge it, and if you need to like walk around it to see it, do whatever you can do to have a 360-degree view of what it is that you're working with. That's really important. Because why you have to do that is because you're not just seeing it from one lens, you're seeing it from multiple perspectives. So if you can't walk around it like I'm trying to stay on camera, what I'm going to do is I'm going to feel that, see that scene, but I'm going to send myself and I'm going to walk around the perimeter of that or fly around the perimeter of that factory. And I see that that factory is a place that's close to me, actually. It's right down the road. It's right down the road. Right? And so I'm going to I have to, here's the deal. As much as I don't like it, you have to give it the high holy honor of it being a whole and complete entity and essence of itself. So put yourself above it, fly over it, look at its landscape, fly behind it to the edges, all around it, even go under it, under the soil, just so you have gone around it for 360 degrees to get a sense of, and I'm going to be quiet so you can really feel into what's here as you're going around it and seeing it. And so now that you have a sense of it, when I went around it, I could feel it cramping tighter on my back. So now let's come do our own work. And this is where it requires your physical hand and your spirit hand. And it requires a little courage because it appears as if I were to just unhook this, I'm going to get hurt. Like it's going to tear my flesh, it's going to leak my kidneys, it's going to rip my spine, right? So that's a part of this work. This is energetic work. It's not for the faint of heart, but you can totally do it. If your physical hand can touch it, do it with your physical hand, like literally try to unhook it with your hand. If your physical hand can't do it, you have to send your spirit hand in there. So take a deep breath and come back to yourself and do your own practice, into your own body, and feel where it's connected to you. It's becoming now, it's even bigger and more gnarly now that I've spent more time with it. So I'm going to just place my hand here, and there's like a little latch, like it seems like I could squeeze it and it opens up. So I'm squeezing it and opening it up, and I'm going to like I'm going to finesse it, and I'm going to pull it out, unplug it, right? And in so doing, it's clear that it's going to rip some of my energetic body for a minute, right? So I'm going to be tender and kind. And as you're removing this, start to remove it. And I want you to say to yourself, I am removing this. This does not belong to me. This is not mine. It does not belong in my energy body. It is hurting me. I'm conscious and I'm aware that I am removing and cutting this cord of this fear and of this anger, of this factory that is destroying the natural landscape. So like be as clear with what you're doing as possible. And so when you're ready, start to remove it, right? And it's kind of caught in there. It's got some like little hooks. So you just kind of got to get creative. See, I'm wiggling my body and I'm wiggling my hand and I'm just getting creative and I can feel a sensation and it kind of doesn't really want to go and it's attached to higher places up on my shoulder and that other spot on my neck and it's got this like insidious little tendrils plugged in like a vine. And so I'm just gonna like keep pulling it out, and I even might have to like continue to pull it out as much as I can. And I want to be gentle, but I also want to be confident. And so however you got to move creatively to like get it out, pull it out, right? And then once you feel it out, like then, okay, so like I just got it out. So feel it out, and now you dissolve it or burn it or crush it or turn it into powder. Take a moment for you to dissolve this or make it go away. Make it go away, either burn it, like right for me, it's like kind of crumpling up and it's like, it's almost like alive, it's like almost this live animal or something. And I'm like crushing it, like go to the Buddha, like I'm squeezing it, squeezing it. I'm even like, ooh, I'm gonna like step on it, fucking step on it and get it out. And then I'm making sure it's not on my foot now. I got to clean that up and take it. And once it starts to be, mine is quote unquote dead, but it's still there. So I have to take a moment to clear it out. And I'm going to like right now, okay, what I'm choosing to do is I'm going to catch it on fire. So I'm going to let it fly there so I can feel it, see it burn, and it's turning to ash. And this cord, it's going away from me. I've cut and it's going away from me and that dissolving, right? So just take a moment. It's almost like a log in a fire, and take a moment for it to burn to ash and for it to be gone, to be utterly transformed. Okay? So I have to be quiet for a second to actually let this happen. And I'm not going to catch a wildfire. I'm control. I'm paying attention. And it's starting to dissolve. And now there's like a mark. There's like a mark, a residue. And so I'm gonna let some water come and rinse it off. And now there's a place in the ground and the land where it was. And so I'm gonna plant some seeds, some flowers, so it can start to grow something new. Okay? And so now I've dealt with that plug. Right? But now I got to tend to my own healing because I have this wound now, right? It was caught in my kidneys, it was caught in my back, it was caught in my head. So now I have to tend to this wound, and you have to tend to your wounds. So you're going to embody your own inner healer. Embody your own inner healer and just tap into the part of yourself that knows how to do it, that can tap into your own wisdom mind and your own imaginal mind. And whatever you need to do, like place your hands here. You might need to do surgical, energetic surgery. Like there's this gouge here that I actually have. I'm going to choose to suture it with like a golden cord, because this is where it was leaking some chi, leaking some energy, and I'm going to suture it closed or press it closed, seal it closed, so I'm not leaking. So take a minute to like tend to that deepest wound, either with your energy surgical hand, suturing it closed, or however, use your creative mind and feel it come together. And now I have to like get this part. It was like a little mangled, so pressing it back together, using my hands of light, my chiropractic hands, to put that together, and the layers of skin and tissue and flesh. Just take a moment and just let your hands go inside your body into the layers of your blood vessels and your nervous system and your fascia, each layer tending to like a healing hand, an energy healer, so that your tissues are refreshed, restored, regenerated. They're returning to whole and complete. And now that tendril that came up between my shoulder blade, like I can't actually reach it there. So I'm sending my spirit hand there and my spirit hand here to tend to and just care for. It's like I'm putting a healing salve. And there's even a healing like vapor and mist that's circulating as I breathe into that space. And seeing my lungs being restored and my rib cage and my spinal cord and the base of my head right here, jade pillow. That is a major spot, resting my hands here. Taking the time you need, because your own self-healing, this is a critical part that gets missed on the cord cutting. Yeah, so just take your time. I feel it, like I'm feeling my skull, this opening. We call it the mouth of the goddess or a jade pillow. It's at the back of your pineal gland, and so it's an important place. So just take your time. I'm going to be silent again. Once I feel that I'm becoming whole and complete, I can see I'm coughing, but I can feel my energy returning and cycling. If you're doing energy work, you might cough, you might need help. It's okay to take care of yourself. Okay. Okay. So before you move on, really assess that you have addressed the places that have been touched by this attachment, by this cord. This cord to me is like to a data center or to a warehouse that's messing with the water. You can feel how the energy moving is like getting me to, it's normal now after an event like this to have to take care of yourself. This is not pretend, even though we're using our imagination. But we're not done. We're not done. So we cleared the thing out of us. We're taking a moment. And now we cleared the cord. But see, now there's that entity, whatever it was you're attached to. Could be, for me, it was that factory. For you, it's whatever it was, that relationship, that person. Now, if you, regardless if you've had personal experience with that factory or whatever, there is some, if it's connected to you, you're connected to it. So keeping a healthy distance from it, come back to seeing it in that 360 whole view of what it was and what it is. And with all honesty and integrity, find how you're connected to that. And I could see right away, I'm connected to that pretty fucking boss. I'm connected to two parts. The part of me that's like, oh my God, I can't stand you. And then I'm connected to the person that's buying that pretty box that's coming out of the other side. So I have two connections. The anger, rage, how dare you ruin Gaia? And then I want that box. I want that product. I want that result. So keeping a healthy distance to not get reconnected. But so it might be that you send your spirit hand, or you might have confidence to go up to it, but knowing your own wisdom, going just as close as possible without being in any way reconnected to. Send your spirit hand into finding that connection. So my first connection is how dare you, and it's like right at the gate, or right at the right at the like gate, and the root of it's in like the heart. I'm angry at the like it is its existence, right? So let me pause here. Yeah, so my connection is like deep into its existence. So I have to send my spirit hand down into like there's a drain on the floor, and there is a drain on the floor and down in the insidious blueprint. It's like I'm connected even to the blueprint of its inception. So I'm going to just take a moment. And oh, there it is. There's like a switch, like a kill switch. I'm connected to that switch, the switch that turns it on and off. And so I'm going to go to that switch, send my spirit hand to that switch. The part of me that's feeding it so much hatred and anger and disgust and rage and judgment and all my guilt and shame about it and my connection. There's a switch. I'm gonna turn the switch off, and I'm gonna unplug the switch, and I'm gonna say, hey, as much as I don't like what you're doing, you don't, that anger, judgment, rage, frustration, guilt, and shame, that's all mine. It's not yours. And I'm not going to give it to you anymore. You don't get to have it anymore. I'm not going to give it to you anymore. It's mine. I'm going to take responsibility for putting that in you. And so I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to put it into that fire. There's a fire. I'm just going to put it right into that fire. There's a big fire, and I'm going to put it in that fire, and I'm going to burn it. And I'm going to stand vigil as my anger, rage, frustration, and jealousy, and like just disgust is starting to go into the fire. So I can be cleansed of it. It can be cleansed of my energy. And it's starting to create this black smoke. And so black smoke isn't transformed. I'm gonna have to sit with it and honor it until that black smoke starts to go clear and pure, and that its switch starts to turn, and I can feel something in me shift. It's starting to shift. It's not so black. It's gray still. I still have like, obviously I'm have a upsetness, but I can feel myself becoming more peaceful. I can feel the raging of the fire starting to settle, and I can feel the smoke becoming more clear. And so as you're doing this for yourself, as you're unplugging, unhooking, and dissolving, burning, releasing, take the time you need for it to transform, for you to unhook, for you to unplug. And in your own practice, take all the time you need. I can see it start to be clear, white smoke. It doesn't smell like chemical smoke anymore. So I'm going to place an offering on the fire of sage and my offering of my love and my appreciation for this experience, and knowing that all things exist, all exist in the Tao and all exist in the body of creation. And so I'm laying my offerings of rose petals and sage. And so there is a starting to be a sweeter smell. And so I invite you to do the same once you get it to a complete state, either with the fire or water, however you're working with it. Because now I'm at a place where I'm ready to transition. Since it turned into clear, I'm softer. Now you have a choice, because we're all doing our collective work, but we have a choice. The choice is to like never connect to it ever again, and to make it dissolve and go away and banish it from your life. Or the choice is to somehow have a more harmonized connection so that you can not just be in a draining anger, rage connection, but one that actually is of harmony. So normally I've done this with people and experiences, not with entities like this. So this is a little bit new. So with this situation, you use your own discernment. There's moments that is absolutely appropriate. So I'll do that first. It's absolutely appropriate to make this experience get smaller and smaller and smaller. So if you're choosing to not come in contact with it again, like you're banishing it out of your body and out of your field, and you're saying never return. So say, go. Never return. You are not welcome here. You are not welcome in my life. And start to shrink it down. Shrink it down, shrink it down. Stay whole and complete. Don't dissolve it, but keep it whole and complete as it is, but make it smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and make it move away from you until it's gone. Now, that's not my situation, because I still live in the world and I'm going to somehow still be a consumer of the system of AI. And I'm an e-commerce person. I sell my stuff on Amazon. And so it's not I have a relationship with Walmart. So that's not my experience. So my experience is I have to have a more harmonious relationship with these powers that are bigger, because I do sell products. I do consume products. I am a part of the system. So since I'm not going to make it go away, I want to change my relationship to it, and I want to improve its experience so it's more sustainable and ecological, and I do want to leave my imprint that it shifts to become something more wholesome. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it smaller a little bit, and I'm going to not necessarily build a bridge, a rainbow bridge, but I am going to just allow the gate. That's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to open the gate. I'm going to open the gate, knowing that I'm not going to necessarily walk in to that space, but there is a fortress around it, and I'm opening a gate of possibility, trusting that there is some way that I can be integrous with myself without losing all my chi, and I can still interact with development and modern technology and modern economics. So I'm going to just take a moment, and you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to plant around it. I'm going to plant around it trees. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the water system, and I'm going to input a water filtration system. And I'm going to dig the water so it's deeper, and so that the water can flow to it, through it, all around it. And since I'm playing this game and we're co-creating possibility, I am also creating a possibility for some of its money and some of its funds to go into preserves, wildlife preserves, land preserves, water preserves. And so there is economic flourishing, and I'm also infiltrating and putting possibility into the development of these places so that they're not so consuming, but they're more in the harmony of the environment, and so that the people themselves have sustainable eco-green practices within the system. So it's not just black smoke and clear cut, but it starts to work its way into the environment. So I'm just going to take a moment to envision that and see my energy going into that. I'm seeing almost like modern day China, it has all this technology in this ancient world. And and so I'm going to simply say thank you. And I'm going to let this whole scene get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, whole as it is in this new vision that I have of the trees and the water and the ecosystem and the systems that are supporting other systems. I'm going to just make that whole thing like a big fractal and just make it smaller and smaller and smaller, whole and complete. And I'm going to have it move away from me as I move away from it. And I invite you to do the same until you let it completely go, until it's completely out of your vision. And once it's completely out of your vision, go ahead and rub your hands together. That's been a long session. This is a longer session, but I'm cutting the cords, right? I'm cutting the cords of what has been the cords of time and the cords of oppression and the cords of performance and the cords of competition and the cords of consumerism. And so it takes a minute. You don't always get to do it in a second. So take your healing hands and just scan back through your body. Give yourself a nice chi bath. Be proud of yourself. Tend to yourself in any way that you need to, knowing that you will. This type of work has a way of showing up in your dreams and your conversations, has a way of showing up in your life and in unexpected, surprising, synchronistic ways. And so just take your time, tend to yourself, maybe shake it, shake your body. In a way, this was a longer session, but at the same time, you still don't rush this stuff, because if you rush it, we've seen a lot of movies where the good guy thinks they did it, and then they relax, and then whoop, they get taken. So don't relax yet. You're not all the way done. So you're just taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself. You're about to complete this energetic practice, shaking it off. Tend to those spots that were tender. Check in with them. Check in with each other. I would love it if you put in the chat what you experience and what you feel, what you cleared. And we're going to close our time together today. So just like how we have been doing, you're going to pull down the heavens. So feel your feet on the earth, find your belly and your breath, have your hands at your belly, at your lower dantian. Take a moment to center here as we come to completion. Connect to the form of your body and the form of the earth. As you connect to the form of the earth, pull the earth energy up. Connect to the formlessness and the vastness and the sky-like energy quality of the yang and of the shen, and start to integrate everything that has happened. And even if it happened in your imaginal mind with some imagery that's maybe quote unquote unrealistic, just honor the experience, knowing that this is a timeless practice, meaning it is beyond time. This is an energy healing practice, and it is very important to tend to your own personal energy hygiene and for us to gather together as a collective and do this work all over the world. So we're coming into completion, but just do these pulling down the heavens as many times as you need to for you to feel like you are integrated. I'm starting to feel integrated and complete. So we're going to have this be our last one. Our hands come up, our feet come together. Reach, 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 reach. You're coming out of the energy field. Your hands come flat, and then gravity does all the work. It's just like a coffee press, but you are not forcing it. The hands are floating down. Everything below your hands goes down and in, down toward your belly, to your dantian, and to your womb, or down toward the earth. Everything above your hands is clear and bright. Your mind is clear. Your heart is clear and open. Your body is relaxed, yet you're alert and energized. And bring your hands together to start to cohere, collect, and gather the chi. Have a breath here. Stir it in. This was, like I said, an unexpected experience that I am so grateful for the Tao of Women for offering. And so anything that still needs to be released, go ahead and open your hands. Send it down the sides of your legs, down into the earth. Give it to the earth. Rise back up. And together we bow out. Right hand makes a fist. Rise every day. Never forget that you are powerful. Shine bright. Express yourself. You are brilliant. Left hand covers it, just like the moon. You're cyclical. You're whole and complete, even in your darkest hour. And together we bow. We bow to each other. We bow to everybody here that is live on Facebook and YouTube. We bow to everybody on Zoom and really everybody through the replays. The work you did here today is incredibly important. Thank you. We bow to our teachers, teachers, and the teacher within. Drawing this back to our heart with reverence and respect. We do not store it in our heart, we store it in our belly. Stir it in, step back across the threshold. Rub it in, shake it off. And now, my love, you are complete. Woohoo! That was something. I didn't know it was going to be that exactly. So that's fun. Thanks for playing with me and doing the great work of cutting the cords and freeing your own energy system so you are free, and that you're doing the great work for yourself and for the community. If you don't already have a copy of the book, get a copy of it. We're on passage 75 and there's only 81 passages, so we're almost complete. Push like and subscribe if you want more practices like this on a soulful level, and share this with your friends. And next week, I'm going to Europe. So I'm going to try my best to be live at the same time. But if I'm not live at the same time, understand why. So I need a little space to show up when I can. I will bring this book with me. I will, if I'm not live, I will record my session. It will be on my phone. The day of the timing of our normally scheduled session is I'll be on the Rhine River, and I'll be with all these beautiful castles, and I'll be on the river of my ancestry. So we'll see what unfolds there. I'm excited. So if I'm not, join me live, but if I'm not there, just hang out for a second and then know that I'll put the replay up. Okay, I love you. I'll see you all soon. And share with me in the comments, what cord did you cut and what did you experience? Bye-bye.